Instagram is a whole other platform for me. I'm just starting to learn it and I've just found the niche that I'm wanting to go into. And I've actually recently hit 1,000 followers on the account. And I want to show you how you can do that quicker than I did. Welcome in everyone, my name is Andy and I appreciate you taking the time to come and watch this video on the channel dedicated to helping you grow a successful business through entrepreneurship, marketing and social media. If you wanted to chat with me on Instagram, you can follow me, the link is down below. I would love to have a conversation with you. And I also stream on Twitch Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays where we talk about how to become more valuable as a creator, and you can come and ask me questions live on how we can develop ourselves further. I just want to take a quick second again to thank all of you. I mean, the last video from when I first chose the niche that I wanted to go down done incredibly well, and we actually passed 600 subscribers on here. So just celebrating the small achievements means a lot to me as well, and I'm taking you through this journey of me trying to grow this successful business, and I just appreciate it so much, so thank you. I've been told from a lot of different people that the first 1,000 followers or subscribers or anything like that is the hardest to do because the content on the platform doesn't really know yet if you're trustworthy to produce and push that content elsewhere. So often at the start, they want to see if you're someone who's willing to upload, who's willing to put more data into their algorithm, who's willing to give them more value as you give more value. I've always believed this to be true because it does feel in that way of gaining that traction at the start is hard because you just don't really know where you're going. So today we're actually going to help you learn quicker than I did. I see people all the time complaining about algorithms and how they don't work for them, and I get that. And if you're creating content solely for the likes, then you're not really going to get anywhere. You create content and good quality content that people can consume, and over time you're going to get those. Those are going to come. But it's those true connections, those ones where you can make powerful friendships and ones that can build each other up is what's going to make a difference. So one of the ways you can do this is by using your stories better. Yes, I know you can just upload stories for the sake of uploading stories. They're a little bit more casual than an actual feed post, but one of the best ways to do this is to actually make it consumable. Because stories are starting off with no sound, they have to actually click the button to play the sound. Always writing in a caption of what the story's about can entice people to actually stay and listen a little bit longer. Over the last week or so of me doing this, I've increased my story views by about 30% solely on the basis of me trying to improve the quality of my stories. This is by adding in captions what I'm talking about, adding in different pictures that can help people improve, asking questions, getting people engaged and allowing them to get their personal opinion in the content that I am producing. Another thing that you can do is reply to other stories. You see them all the time at the top, and often the people who you interact with the most, those stories will be at the start, but I would highly recommend just going through a bunch of people, seeing what you enjoy, reply to it, have a genuine conversation with them. It's a social media account, remember. People want to get to know you, so get to know people. And if you're solely in this for yourself and not to meet others, then are you really on it for the right reasons? Meeting people and meeting creators who are in the same niche as you, who are as passionate as you, I don't even know the word for it. Meeting people on the platform is just incredible. It's such a great feeling to see others who have the motivation and dedication that you have as well. So trust me when I say this, if you find people in your niche and you want to interact with them, just do it. Reply to their stories. Ask them how their day's going. It's so simple. Another great way of doing this and actually showing off creators who you believe your followers will enjoy is reposting someone's post. Now you can do this fairly easily if you just go onto anyone's post. There'll be a sort of like paper airplane it looks like, where you just click on that and you can add the post to your story. You can then comment on the post itself on your story and tell people why they should go and check it out. You know, you're exposing those who you enjoy the content with. You're finding more people in your niche and you're allowing your followers who also like the same things you like to find someone else who you enjoy. It's a sort of way to just appreciate the content and the work that other people are putting in. You know, I love seeing the content that people put out, and I know how hard it is to create good quality content over a period of time. And when you don't allow that to go unnoticed, it's really appreciated. So I know this is more of a common one you hear all the time on YouTube, but let me give you some of my favorites on why doing hashtag research is actually really important. I've recently downloaded and paid for a month for a site called Hashtastic. It basically allows you to see hashtags, how much they're used, what likes they get on their post, and what it actually allows you to do is find hashtags that are not used as much, because this at the start is where you're going to get that sort of engagement that you're looking for. If all you're using are the hashtags with over 1 million posts, it's going to be very hard to stand out and be in that area to do it. Now, is it possible? Of course it is. It might just take off and you might be on the top posts for that hashtag. But by utilizing hashtags that have smaller number of posts, you're going to be able to have a better chance of being on the top posts for those hashtags. And if you're increasing your chances even by 1% of being on the top posts for that hashtag, you're increasing those chances. And what if you're like, oh, Andy, I don't want to pay for hashtags. I don't want to spend my money. Well, I've got some tips for you. Use other posts in your niche to your advantage. If you see someone who does quite well, is quite successful, then look at some of the hashtags they use in their posts. Click on them, see what sort of engagement they get, interact with some people who have used that same hashtag as well. Find more in your niche and more you want to connect with. This can then build up your hashtag sort of templates that you want to use and will be able to push you forward. I actually made a full document for myself of hashtags relating to entrepreneurship, growth, and just anything in my sort of niche. So if you're actually wanting those hashtags I made, let me know in the comments and I could send you the Google Doc for it. I mean, it's a list of tons of hashtags that have got a reasonable amount of engagement on them and has allowed me to sort of boost my interactions and boost my engagement over the last coming weeks since trying to learn Instagram. Another thing you can use is Google. You know, there's actually a few websites out there who do it for free, and they have this sort of freemium business strategy where you can pay for a premium, but you get some things here and there. Utilize everything to your advantage. If you've got it for free, use it for free. Knowledge is going to be the most important factor here. So the more knowledge you gain, the more value you're going to become, and doing that hashtag research is going to be important. Okay, tip number 3, I think. The importance of good captioning and offering something. Now, I've recently been doing a lot of my research on how to make my captioning better for my posts. I was always someone who wanted to offer value within my posts, but never really tried to use it in the advantage that I could have. So let me go through a little bit of a structure that you can follow to make your posts more engaging and leverage more of those who see it. The first one is tackling a pain point. Whatever niche you're in, tackle a pain point in the first few sentences. I believe it's 140 characters people can see before they have to click the read more. So this is basically like your YouTube thumbnail and title. Do they want to click the read more section or do they not? If all you put was emojis in those 140 characters, is anyone going to click it? Most likely not. Actually, no, you know what? That could be kind of cool. If you're talking about Instagram growth, what you could say in that first 140 characters is, here's the number one mistake all Instagram creators do. That allows someone to be enticed and want to read more. After that, you can go into where they want to be. So a sort of reality that they want to be in, the person they want to be with on that platform. This could be saying the likes of, do you want to be someone who posts every single time with confidence and never making the rookie mistakes that everyone else makes? It's a way to entice people to want to read further on again and really going into that. The third part I would recommend is then offering the advice that you've given at the start. You don't want to get someone into your post who will read more and then don't actually get the value you promised to get them. That just builds a distrust for your community and you never want to do that. You always want to offer as much value as you possibly can, and by clickbaiting them in and then never offering any value, you're not going to gain anything. The final parts for it are the first call to action and the second call to action. Now, the first call to action is based on you asking a simple question, asking someone to share, like, comment, that sort of stuff. Comment something really, really simple. Don't make it too complicated, just make it something that's really easy to follow. The second call to action is then where you want to send them through potentially your link in your bio or a link within your post. This could be sending them to a YouTube video, this could be sending them to your website, this could be sending them to your email list, anywhere. But having those two call to actions allows them, one, to remind them to like, comment, or share, and two, to send them to an external place where you can potentially start to have more clients, subscribers, viewers, anything. And finally, I know you're wondering about the hashtags. I put them in the comments. It allows me to create more value within my post. And now with the implementation of pinned comments, you can make your hashtag post a lot further down so that when someone sees those first comments, it's going to be the most important ones and not all of your hashtags. Just a quick side note, by the way, you can use 30 hashtags. Use them all. I mean, if you were given 30 chances to win something, would you not use all 30 rather than 10 of them? Use them all to your advantage, try them out, try new ones, see what works. The final final thing we're going to talk about today is using voice messages or video messages, as well as getting to know your community. If you want to be the expert in your field, you need to know where your pain points of your community and fan base are. You also want to get to know the people who are in that sort of thing so you can learn more from them. The amazing thing about Instagram is that they offer video and voice notes from direct messaging, and you wanting to get to know people through that is going to be so much more beneficial than just a text. The reason for this is because you cannot really convey tone or emotion within a text. You can just sort of try to vision what they're saying through their voice. Most of the time this can be harder. This is why using a voice message or a video message is going to be so much more beneficial. You can really talk to people like you're talking face to face and truly get to know the community who you're surrounded by. People love this as you're taking an extra step to get to know them. You're not someone who's just sitting behind the keyboard and never doing anything. You're actively taking an interest in what they're saying and actively taking an interest in them. It's not to say that you should be using people for doing that, but I mean in genuinely wanting to get to know people, do this. Use the conversations to your advantage. Learn more about their pain points. Learn how you can become better within the industry that you're in. Use what works and use it all to your advantage. If it's out there, use it. If you're looking to take your business to the next level within content creation and you want to start planning it out, I've actually made a free business plan solely dedicated to content creators who are looking to take that next step in their journey and really start taking it seriously. So if you join the Discord, click the entrepreneur role and get the free business plan, you can ask me any questions about it and we can follow with it. And next year, we're going to look back on it and see all the success that you have achieved through this. It's completely free, and if you want to become a part of the family, I would love to have you there. Again, if you'd like to follow me on Instagram, the links are down below. It's on the screen right now as well. And you can also chat with me when I'm live streaming on twitch.tv/Andrew Ellis on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. I would love to have a conversation with you. If there's any topics you would like me to discuss, I'm more than happy to discuss them in the comments or video ideas that you want me to see put out in the future. I'm learning as I go along, and I want to help you all do the same. Have a fantastic day.